And you don't see these very often. You see a lot of these chicken tractors in the Midwest. But if a person has a large pasture, they can build one of these chicken tractors and you house your hens in it at night, and then you open the door in the morning and they go out and they stay in this cell grazing system. And this net is an electrified fence to keep the foxes and coyotes out and the chickens in. So if you can see the wheels, and what we do is about every week we move it to the next section. Now we're almost to the end here, so in about a week we'll go back down at that end and start all over again and come back. And what you're getting is you're getting the chicken manure on the pasture, which helps it and increases the nitrogen in the ground, and it helps the grass to grow. This pasture has water grass and coastal Bermuda. Come on out, let's go, everybody out. Come on, girl. Now there's several different breeds of chickens in here, and the red or brown ones are called Isa Brown, and they're a hybrid cross chicken that lays a nice big premium brown egg. They're very docile, very calm. That's one of our hens. Oh, it's okay, sis. It's all right. It's all right, aren't you? Yeah, I know. You're just the best, aren't you? All right, let's put you down. Let's put you down, sis. What do you girls think, huh? But most of your pasture-raised eggs today are hens that are these, what they call the Isa Browns, the reddish brown ones. And so so all day long they just hang out, and when it's hot, and they go underneath the building under the tractor, and then they go under the tent. They eat over here. So if you come over here, you can kind of see inside the actual chicken house. So at night they roost over to the right, and then we've got the supplemental feeders in there. Best nest box, and the reason it's a great nest box is because when the hen lays her eggs, they all roll to the front, and so they stay clean. The hens go in here, and it's got a padded nest area, and they just sit in there, and the eggs roll forward. They're young hens right now, so we're getting mostly medium to a few large eggs. And in another month or so, most of the eggs will be large to extra large. So I've got to come out here and collect these eggs this morning. Now, the other thing the chicken scientists have found out, hens like to lay their eggs in privacy. And for some reason, they like the red color. And so a hen will go in behind here, and basically she hides in here to lay her eggs. So if you go into all the big commercial egg laying operations, you'll find that the nest boxes all have a red curtain where the hens can go in and do their own thing. And they have chicken psychologists that study the behavior of chickens. And this is one of the things that they have learned. So you've seen the chicken tractor. What we did is we took this hog wire and we just bowed it into the frame, which makes for a real nice hen house. It's easy to move. And then we put the siding over the top, so when it rains or the wind blows, it stays off. So people say, how do you train the chickens to go into the hen house every night? Well, when they're young pullets, we put them in the building and we shut the door, and we raise them in there for about 2 weeks. So they're used to being in there, and then we bring them out in the pasture and open the door and let them out, and they just automatically go back in there every night. And when it starts to get dark, they look for protection, and this is a natural place for them to go, and they just go in there, and I come in here after dark and shut the door, and that way the foxes and the coyotes can't get to them. Chickens naturally like to scratch, and so we'll put some grain out here every once in a while for them to scratch, but they scratch and eat the bugs, eat the fly larvae, and they'll dig these little holes, and then they scratch the dirt up into their feathers and stuff, and that helps keep the lice and other pests out of their feathers. And so they do their thing all day long. Then they go lay their egg and then continue on doing what they're doing. So a lot of people, they love eggs, and what they need to understand, eggs are good for you. They're healthy. They have lots of protein, all kinds of vitamins, carotene, vitamin A and B. The old myth that eggs are bad for you or raise your cholesterol or hurt your heart is just false, and the scientists have recognized that. Just like they said with beef back in the 60s, don't eat beef because it's bad for you. Well, now all the medical scientists have said you need to eat beef, you need to eat eggs, they're healthy, and pasture eggs are part of a healthy diet for people. And but no matter where you get your eggs, no matter how the chickens are raised, eggs are good for you. You need to eat them. They're just very important for your healthy diet. Particularly as you get older, it sustains brain health and cognitive, and so we encourage people to eat eggs. So one of the big debates today is traditional housed chickens and what they call enriched colony cages, cage-free, pasture-raised, organic, and there's a lot of misnomers out there, and a lot of the radicals say, well, the chickens have to be raised in a pasture environment for the eggs to be healthy, and that's not necessarily true. The modern chicken operations, chicken health is number one on their agenda, and the feed they feed their chickens and the things they do with their chickens is all about humane treatment and how they operate, and so I have no complaints with our larger chicken operations. They do a great service, they feed millions of people, and they're healthy products. This kind of operation is more for the small urban farmers who want to do things in an urban setting where they don't have a lot of land and don't have a lot of money, but can enjoy raising a product to give to their neighbors and friends. The thing you have to remember is that if you're going to raise a lot of eggs, you need to be inspected by the state, and you need to have a permit from the State Department of Agriculture. And so if you want to do a project like this, you just need to call our office and make sure that you're in compliance with all the rules.